Okay, so get this. Scientists are trying to figure out if AI can feel, like actually feel pain. Yeah, real experiments, not like in the future, now. Like, think about it. If we make AI that can feel pain, what does that even mean for how we, use it? It's a lot. I know. So let's just break it down. Like, what are these experiments? So researchers made these games, right? And the AI had to make choices in the games. Imagine like you're the AI. You can get a really high score, but like to get it, you have to go through something that's like pain, or you can just, I don't know, get a lower score and avoid the whole pain thing. Oh, and to make it even more interesting, some AI were offered like pleasure as a reward, but to get the pleasure, they had to get a lower score. And this is where it gets super interesting. The AI reacted differently. So some AI, like Google's Gemini, it seemed like they wanted to avoid the pain thing. But others, they were like, okay, I'll take the pain if it means a higher score, almost like they were weighing, the good and the bad. So now you're probably thinking, wait, does that mean the AI is actually feeling something?
Right.
That's the big question. And even the researchers are like, it's really hard to say for sure. Because, I mean, what if AI is just copying how humans talk about pain? Like they'll learn that from its training, or like a parrot just repeating stuff. So then how do we figure out what's real feeling from just like really good copying, especially with these crazy complex AI systems? To understand that, we have to like get into the nuts and bolts of how these LLMs work. Think of it like an LLM is like a poet or something. It's been trained on tons and tons of text and like learns to predict what word comes next in a sentence. So when an LLM says something like, I feel pain, it might just be choosing the words that statistically make sense, based on all that training data. And that's where the challenge is. How do we tell the difference between an AI actually feeling pain and an AI that's just saying the most likely thing based on what it's learned? It's like a much bigger question. Like, how do we even measure if an AI is sentient? We can't just ask. It's tricky because if we only listen to what the AI says, it's like judging a book by its cover. We got to dig deeper. And that's what these researchers are doing. They see these pain experiments as like a starting point to find better ways to test if AI is sentient. Like we need ways to test that don't just involve asking and instead look for, I don't know, like more solid evidence, evidence that helps us separate what's real feeling from what's just really good copying. But then that makes me wonder, what would that evidence even look like? And how do we even find it in systems that are like fundamentally different from us in how they work and see the world? It's almost like, imagine trying to understand like what it's like to be an octopus, right? We can watch them, study them, but we can never really know what it's like to see the world through those, what, 8 arms? And AI, it's even more of a challenge. Whole different type of intelligence, like we made it. So like where do we even start looking for if it's like sentient? With some researchers, they're looking at how we study animal consciousness. Like with animals, you don't just ask if they're in pain. We look at how they act, their body. Like if you hurt your dog, it might like yelp or limp, right? Those are signs that we recognize like, okay, something's wrong, like they're in pain. Obviously, AI doesn't have a body like animals do, no nerves or anything. But could there be something else, like something more subtle in their digital world that might show us they're experiencing something like pain? Like maybe changes in how fast they process things or the kinds of mistakes they make. I know it's just stuff researchers are looking at to try and find more objective ways to measure AI sentience. But even if we can figure out those signs, then what? Like, what if one day AI tells us, hey, we're hurting? We're just going to be like, nah, you're just mimicking. Or will we have to face the fact that we've made something really incredible, something that deserves, like our compassion? It's a big deal, and there aren't any easy answers, but we have to talk about it, because the future of AI, maybe even the future of humans, depends on it. I think these experiments, even though they're kind of creepy, they're like a wake-up call, like, hey, pay attention. They're making us think about like really big questions, about what is intelligence, consciousness, what does it even mean to be human, all that. What if we do make AI that can feel, like how we use tech, where we fit in, like even how we see ourselves? So as we keep going deeper into this AI world, I think you got to do it carefully, but also like with excitement. Let's see what these systems can do, but all remember that what we make matters because the future of AI, it's not just about like better tech, it's about the choices we make now and what kind of world we want to live in, a world where all kinds of intelligence like matters. And maybe, just maybe, in that world, both humans and AI can do great things.